Okay. Let's see here. Classic Physique literally just started coming out. So they just got them in individual groups right now. They don't have them in any particular kind of call out. But the first group consists of some big names. I won't go through all of them because this is a big class. We have Michael DeBull, Alex Combernero, and Breon Ansley in this group. I'll go ahead and pop up my prediction on the screen. All right, the second group, they have Diego. Let's see here. Yeah, Diego's the only big one out of this group. We're gonna have several more groups though because it's not as bad as last year where there was like 80 competitors. But I still think we have almost 40 in this one, in this division. Okay, now we have, let's see here. Urs coming out in this group. Still no Ramon or Chris yet. Let's see if I can get my face on here. Video capture. Yup. There we go. Corner there. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put a poll in chat, see what you guys think. I definitely would be really surprised if Chris didn't win with an overwhelming margin in this poll. And even on stage, if he doesn't win with first place votes across the board, I'd be very surprised. I suppose the C-Bum winning question was actually a stupid question. I'm going to go ahead and end that one. Probably have a better one here. They're still just doing these individual rounds. They haven't put them in callouts yet. I'd imagine we're about halfway done. Okay. Now, in my predictions, I did have Ramon in third. Simply because I was just looking to spice it up. I think Chris is wanting to retire soon, and I think the Olympia would love to see him pass the torch on to Urs more than Ramon. So maybe they'll set that up here and give Urs second place. I don't really know. I do expect Terrence to get back into the top 5 this year. And I expect Breon to hold on to a top 5 spot. I think he's going to slip one because he was 4th last year. Yeah, so he'll slip one just because he's getting older. He'll be fresher. He'll be a little bit, have a little bit more muscle. But, I mean, with the 7 pounds, with cutting down for so many years, and still being 40 years old, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. It could make a bigger difference than most people think, though. Really, I just want to see him hold on to a top 5 spot, and I think it's pretty feasible. Now, a guy I think you can place at the top 6, maybe Wesley Vissers. He was looking absolutely insane leading up to this show. And these last few updates that he put out were honestly really, really good. And this is before his carb up, mind you, these pictures you see on screen right now. Okay. Everything is done. Now, all the initial call-outs are done. Now they're going to do some individual routines. Okay, so here comes Breon. And what we're looking for with Breon is the legs. That is the main thing. And initially, I gotta say, it's more of the same. Prejudging has started. It's going on right now. Yeah, just about as I expected. Legs look marginally improved for Breon. It's just, he would need an unlimited weight cap at this point. He needed that, 2 years ago. Breon, the back looks good. Even his legs from the rear don't even look that bad. It's just the quads from the front. I think they look, a little fresher. They're not ripped to shreds like they were last time, but still undersized from where they need to be. This is going to be a long prejudging because there's 30 plus competitors and they all have at least 60. They all have 60 seconds to do some kind of brief routine for the judges first. I was a little worried about Urz's updates, I gotta say. These two on the right here, the back updates, we know his back sucks. It's not that good. It's not that shallow. It's never that defined. And here, I get it. He is outside in early morning lighting. It looks like it, so the worst lighting possible. But I still think that still looks pretty bad. It is pre-carb up, so hopefully he can fill out a lot more. But I don't know. I think that's a bit troubling because Ramon has a very, very good back. And from the front, I'd say he looks just, good as ever. I mean, I'm not noticing any drastic improvements. But I think Urs said he was up like 15 pounds or something this offseason. Maybe not this offseason, but surely it wasn't stage weight, but he said he was up quite a bit. Yeah, we got a. I mean, no offense to anybody, they're not exactly no names, but we got a lot of lesser known competitors to get through. I put these three gentlemen in the same slide. I think these guys could potentially be gunning for a top six spot, along with Wesley Vissers. I think we may see a little bit of shakeup in the sixth to 10th range. I like to see Michael a little bit fuller. I hate to say, um, maybe it's going to be different on stage because this was taking like an hour out of prejudging. Fabio Junio, someone not a lot of people are talking about. Definitely excited to see him. He beat Wesley in Dubai, and an improved Wesley. So on paper, he should be placing. Wesley plays eighth last year, so this guy's in the conversation for top seven, higher. And then Mike's looking to just stay in the top six. I don't know how much he can improve, just because he's not as classic, but he brings a lot of size, and like poses like this do look pretty classic for what it's worth. Okay, Michael DeBull's out now. I just said I wanted to see him fuller, and it does definitely look like he still carved up in the last hour he had. Just one of those guys that, just aren't as classic. Um, but he brings a little bit more muscularity and definitely a lot more condition than other classic guys. See if there's any HT photos out of Brion yet. Okay, yeah, we have a couple of photos from Prejudging. I'll pop these up as soon as I can for you guys. Okay, Diego's coming out now. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of Versus Ribcage, I gotta be honest. Overall, he definitely looks very dry. The arms, I think, still need to come up more. And we haven't, I don't have a picture of him from the rear, but I would assume that the back still needs to come up more. I really want to see Ramon first, but I don't know. I really like Urza's overall package. Very dry. The legs are improved. Definitely. That's what I noticed, like the quad sweep. I would tell him to chill out on that. Now we do have a top five, not top five, a picture of C-Bum here. I'll pop that up. Honestly, I wanted to see him a little bit tighter. Sorry about it. Like, last year was perfect. I thought 2020 was his best package ever, but last year was just, I mean, size, shape, everything, it was perfect. And the condition is what really blew us all away. And I'll add a picture of Ramon once we get it. Not to mention, Terrence Ruffin can definitely be a factor in this. I mean, I still think this is enough for Chris to win. Don't get me wrong. Like, he would have to come in with limbs missing to not take another title. Yeah, I'd like to see him from the rear. We'll get more pictures soon. They literally just came out. Chris hasn't even been out for his individual routine yet, so we'll get a better look pretty soon. Okay, now here comes Urs. Yeah, arms still need to come up is what I'm noticing. Great condition though. It's never been an issue for him. He has a good side chest. I'd honestly say better than Ramon just because Ramon has a little bit flatter pecs. Okay, now turning around to the rear. Glutes and hamstrings are in. I don't think I need to tell you that. Christmas tree, still how it is, a little watery. And yeah, Urs's back is just not that improved. Not where it needs to be. Okay, so Urs, not a Dino fan, but he improved so freaking much this time. He's got second place. I want to see him for his individual routine, but yeah, I think Ramon will probably be in second. Here comes Laszlo Corelli. Still a little too slight in the legs. And we'll see if he shows his back, because his rear double isn't a very strong shot for him. I know a lot of people are really hyping up Laszlo. I had him outside my top 10. Maybe 8th, but I mean, that's already kind of pushing it. Okay, still no C-Bum or Ramon for individuals yet. No HD pictures out of Urs's individual yet. I mean, Chris's arms look better. Maybe not this this right one, or I guess our left. But that right one looks improved. I think it's just the left one looks improved. Yeah, the left one looks improved. The right one, I think, is probably down to a tear. You know how it was last year. He's probably just been babying it a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. Or maybe it just looks like he's not like throwing his thumb back where he needs to. And then the legs, I think we've seen them a bit sharper, like last year. But I think the overall like X frame seems to be improved. Like the overall like lat taper and things, I think his X frame seems like marginally improved. Um, really though, you have to like pick him apart to find flaws because he's after all setting the standard, and this is it's pretty easy fifth title for him. I don't really care how shredded Ramon or Urs are. It's the judges love C-Bum. Do you think Rev is going to be in front of Urs? He seems much more shredded than him. He's. Let me look at his routine. I haven't seen a single photo of Ruffin. Let's see if there are any out. Ruffin's in the mix for sure. Just because he's back to where he was 2 years prior. Now, I don't know if the judges have kind of moved on from his physique. Maybe they're looking for taller guys now that they have more taller, they just have taller guys to choose from. They have Ramon, who's not the tallest, but you know what I mean. And Urs, who's definitely taller. So if they can actually set a new standard and have guys to fill that standard, I think they will. going to keep winning. If this was his only thing, if he didn't have business and other things, if he only wanted to do the Olympia and just had the eye of the tiger for it, he could be 10-time champion. Yep, they said they had 35 competitors, which is too much. Over half of them won't be ranked. Okay, we're getting ready for the first call out. Let's see if I can come up with any more HD pictures before they... Yeah, I got one of Ramon now. Maybe I can find one of Terrence as well. Okay, it looks like your first call out is, in no particular order, Chris, Ramon, Brian, Michael DeBole, and Terrence. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, I mean, they're moving Chris and Ramon in the middle, so it looks like Ramon is challenging for second over Urs. Michael DeBole ends up being in that top 6 spot. I imagine he'll retain it. You know, we'll have a first call out like we have now, and then we'll have a final call out, I imagine, between like maybe top 2, 3. It may not even consist of Chris Bumstead. It could be versus Urs and Ramon. And yeah, but Brian and Michael do appear to be on the sides. Okay, favorite classic pose of these gentlemen. Ramon just can't get his shit together. He just looks like a fucking toddler out there that just learned what muscles are. He just cannot pose worth a shit. Okay, that concludes first call out. They just ran him through once. I think the order's pretty obvious. We're probably going to have a top 3 on last year, and I do think Ruffin will probably get into 4th, with Michael in 6th and Brian edging him out for 5th. Okay, we have let's see, a 7-person call out for the second call out. Got Wesley, Carlos, Alex, is that Jay Hun? Yeah. Jay Hun. I don't know who that is. Mike. Plus a no name. I don't know who this guy is. But Jay Hun's in the middle of this. Jay Hun obviously won the Texas Pro, beating 2 pretty good names. Robert Timms, who's been 9th. Yeah, Sebum, of course. Yeah, Sebum is winning by a mile again. He will have all perfect scores. And honestly, he could for the next few years. But Jay Hun beat Robert Timms and Logan Franklin, who have both been top 10, I believe. Robert definitely has. Yeah, but the 3 guys in the middle of this call out are Wesley, Jay Hun, and Mike Sommerfeld. See if I can. Maybe there's finally pictures of Terrence out. have the same top 6. This is the battle for 6th. Or lower. So we have this weird second call-out kind of thing. We have Mike Sommerfeld, Michael DeBull, Urs Kalasinski, Terrence Ruffin, Breon, and then Wesley. So it seems like they've got their top 2, and they're just trying to figure everything else out now, which I find interesting. I think Urs should have been compared a little bit more, but... Okay, they're switching Terrence and Breon, so they have Breon next to Urs, who's in the middle, and then Michael in next to Urs as well, which makes sense. Those guys were in the top 6. Well, the initial top 6 that we thought we had. It looks like they do have Ramon yet again in second. And honestly, I think how the placings are going to shake out, it's going to be Urs in third, Breon in fourth, Michael in fifth, and Terrence in sixth. I could see those last two changing, but Terrence's skin's just a little too thick, especially when you're standing next to Michael and Breon. It's highlighted. Even Urs. Okay, they're putting those guys back in line. Let's see if we get a top 2 again like we did last year with Ramon and C-Bum. Yeah. Yep, Ramon and Chris are your top 2. Yeah, So 121 people voted in the poll. 60% of you guys say Terrence Ruffins going to place ahead. As of right now, I don't think that's the case. They had him closer to the outside in the second call out that they did. It's just, yeah. I mean, when you narrow it down to two, and Ramon is the closest thing, unfortunately, he doesn't have the size, he doesn't have the structure. He has a great structure, but he just is not that commanding as Sebum, unfortunately. Okay, they're making him go through the poses again. It's just a formality. Chris has won the Mr. Olympia 5 times in a row. And it looks like Ramon is next to carry that torch, which I find a bit interesting. I thought maybe they would have gone with Urs, just because, he don't get me wrong, Ramon brings a huge audience, but I mean, Urs is bringing a huge audience too. He has 1.2 million on Instagram, and he brings a European audience. But, of course, Ramon Dino brings that Latin American audience. Ramon's bag is behind, but the front is close. I don't see it that way. I think Chris slammed the door just about on every shot, really. But yeah, I would say, yeah, the front is closer than the back, sure. But it's a pretty cut and dry case. Okay, they're going to take care of men's physique pretty soon. Okay, so let's go over the poses real quick while we have time for before men's physique prejudging, which I will be doing. That's the only one I'm going to do today. I'm not going to do the wheelchair. I'm not going to do the other women's divisions. I think bikinis today. I'm not going to do those. I'm just going to do classic and men's. In the front double, sure, Ramon did bring up his lats, and that helps him a little bit. I think he brought up his legs a little bit too. But come on, your eyes are drawn to Sebum. I think his X-frame looks better. His arms are also better this year. I already saw comparison pictures on Instagram. Definitely better this year. So yeah. In the side chest, Chris has the best side chest pose probably in the world now that Big Rami's probably out. I like him better than guys like Brandon Curry. I like him better, than guys like Samson Dowda. It's just, he brings thick, hugely developed pecs, the aesthetics at the same time, but great condition, a great side leg. I like this more than more open class competitors' side chests. Ramon's pecs are a little flat. It's not a flattering angle for Urs. I like a side leg a lot. Needs to bring up the arm. The delt's okay, but this is Chris Bumstead's pose, inside and out. And then you go to the back double. I think this, as much as I like Ramon's back, this isn't close. Honestly, all these guys have good backs. I'd probably put Terrence in last, dare I say, if I was judging all these guys. I like him less than Michael. I like Michael's jagged erector details down the lower back. So Ursus brought up his back. His lower back looks a little crisper, a little more detail there. He's still placing behind Ramon. And then Chris in first. Same thing here. Chris in first. I never liked Urz's abs for some reason. It's like his rib cage is too wide. I don't really know. And then Ramon, he just doesn't have insane taper or the thickness. He looks like a little bit of a boy next to Chris Bumstead. in terms of just overall, just, you know, like thickness of the physique. And then favorite classic pose. I don't judge this one. This one's fucking stupid. But Ramon can't pose to save his life. So honestly, I'd probably give this one to Chris, then Urs. Urs brought out some good poses too. So it does look like your tentative top 5 looks to be Chris, then Ramon, then Urs, then Breon, and I'm actually gonna put Michael. I think they're pushing him over Terrence. Yeah. I'll put them both in. Okay, so that's what the current top 5 is looking like for classic. Okay. And we have a couple more minutes until men's physique prejudging. I'm going to take a quick break, start recapping this video for the channel. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. So I'll be back as soon as prejudging takes the stage. I can't imagine that'd be too much longer, and I do think the men's physique division is next. If they're not, I'll come back, tell you what's going on. But as of right now, 15 minutes max, we should be back. me just change something here. C-Bum is clearly winning. How can 40% of people say Dino is winning? Well, hold on, let me... Bro, what time will they be announcing the winner? Because I'm from India. If you let me know, it would be very helpful. They will not be announcing the... We don't know when they're announcing the winner. Final starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but we don't know. We don't know the exact order. They changed the order of it last night. And they may have some more rounds to go through. So 7 at the earliest, I would say. Yeah, actually, I can't even say. I'd say between the hours of 7 and 10. That's really all I can give you. And C-Bum is clearly winning. How can 40% of people say Dino is winning? Well, that's what I'm trying to find out. I don't know what. I see the appeal. I love Ramon's physique. Don't get me wrong. I like his physique more than C-Bum, but objectively, I think C-Bum is winning pretty handedly. So, what does Dino do that is so much better than Chris, and why does he deserve to win? I'm genuinely asking. Off the cuff, you can maybe say, like, honestly, at Prejudging, you can maybe say condition, but Chris is more mature and more separated, just initially, that he can kind of make up the little loss of ground he has in conditioning. Because separation and maturity are not the same thing as condition, so I think he's making up a little bit of lost ground there, and it's basically equal at the end of the day. Yeah, and another stage photographer there says it's close too. I just don't see it. If someone could please explain to me what it is, because I want to understand. I really do. I honestly figured the judges would probably choose Urs over Ramon. But the judges really like Ramon, which I'm surprised with, honestly. Honestly, now that I see it from another angle, more of where the judges are, I see this on Instagram here, I would say Ramon Dino would probably win the back double. Yeah, and Jeremy looks pretty poor, I gotta say. Nah, man, there's no competition between Urs and Ramon. Well, yeah, we know we know that now because Ramon is clearly closer to Sebum than he is to Urs. That's why there's a top two call out. But I figured that the judges would want to pass the torch eventually to Urs. And that's for a couple reasons. Politics. He can speak better English, way better English. Any info on where Wesley plays? So they brought out a second call out, which consisted of, I think I wrote it down in chat. No, I didn't. Oh yeah, they had a second call out. It consisted of Wesley, Terrence, Breon, Michael DeBull, and Mike Sommerfeld. Yeah, that's 6. And they had Wesley on the outside of that. And I think, so they're obviously deciding places 3 to 7, 3 to 8. I think Wesley would place on the outside of that. He's not beating Michael. He's not beating Breon. He's not beating So right there, he's already in 5th, 6th at least. I would say 7th or 8th. Because I think maybe Alex was in that. Maybe it was a top 7 call out with Alex too. Sebum has better back poses in my opinion. Ramon has equal, if not better, front poses. Well, Cuba, what is the argument specifically? And I'm just talking about the front double here. We'll talk about one pose at a time. What is the argument specifically for Ramon over Chris? Because the way I see it, Ramon has a great X-frame. Don't get me wrong, great aesthetics, great legs. They're chopped up. They're good. But Chris also has a great X-frame. He's just a much bigger person. You know, he just has a bigger X. So I would put Chris over Ramon in that shot. But what is your argument for having Ramon over Chris? I think Sebum has a biceps tear. I think his arms are better overall than Ramon. That's probably a controversial opinion. I completely understand that. But I like the hardnesses and separation of Ramon's biceps. Of Chris's biceps. I like those better. I still see the argument for what is that? The right arm still looking a bit undersized, especially from the tear last year. But the left arm looks a lot bigger. It's too bad they couldn't translate to each other. And Ramon's arms are a bit better in my opinion. It really is the classic argument. Do you want shorter biceps and more peak, or a little bit fuller biceps and less peak? Me personally, I like Chris's look, which is, I understand I'm probably in the minority on that because Ramon's arms are really great. I like him from other angles though, because I think the forearms add to his overall look. Abs and double are Ramon wins. I see the I certainly see the argument in the abs and thighs, especially from this angle. Yeah. But even at most, I have Chris winning the majority of poses. Like, there's no way he's losing the side chest, the classic pose, because Ramon cannot pose to save his life. And I'd probably give him the back. I'd give him one or the other, front or the back. Men's Physique is still doing routines. By the way, I'm actually at 1,499 subscribers, so if one of you guys would like to be the 1,500th subscriber, that'd be greatly appreciated. Oh, 1501. What a great audience I have. Sebum wins to me, but this time wasn't easy. I think once you put yourself in the place of the judges, I think Sebum will probably win, but Ramon has improved more. Agreed. I can easily agree with that. Ramon actually improved more than Urs. You know, he stayed up, he stayed covered up the entire time this prep. Didn't post hardly anything. I don't think anything at all. So people were worried that he may not have been improved, whatever, what have you. But he was more improved than Urs, in my opinion, and Sebum, for what it's worth. Urs disappointed me. Ruff was better. I would disagree. I think Ruff is on the verge of placing fifth. But let's actually discuss that because top two, I think we've made up our minds. Chris wins, even though some of us may want Ramon to win. Honestly, Ruffin may even place behind the Bull. I don't think that's a likely scenario, but there's a non-zero chance. Oh, here we go. We got one from Old School. Well, I guess you'll see the tag in the video on the picture. Honestly, Breon really surprised me. I think he's in a better position to take on Urs than Ruffin. Ruffin just looks too smooth to me. Okay. Popping up some pictures on like this bottom kind of package. I think I need to watch the postings again, and all the picture I see Ramon's glutes quads looked off to me in the overall package. Okay. Let's take a look. I don't think the glutes are that bad. Honestly, take a look at here. Like, he has striations, and although they're not as like deep as Chris, I would say he's a bit drier there. I would say his hamstrings are drier and overall, but because Chris is just so big and so mature, he can ease up on the conditioning a little bit because it's just more ingrained in his body. But no, I don't think Ramon's glutes and hams are bad at all. But take a look from here. Okay. So this is your battle for 5th through 3rd. I still probably give this... Urs looks hella disappointed. Honestly, Preon can get 3rd. Looking like this. We'll get Urs up here too. We're missing Urs. Okay. Upper legs look small and glutes look soft. In the previous picture, just cut out the glutes of the top 5 and place them beside each other. But well, we need to see. But yeah, we need to see in video if just one single picture will trigger me. True. I'm not going to put any videos up. That's like a one-way sentence to getting your entire channel removed. And then in third place, I honestly think if Urs wasn't so big structurally, this would be Breon. Legs still a little downsized, but they look just... He looks overall just fresher, I think. He doesn't look so tired and worn out. Last time, you could even see it on his face. He was dead. He was dead. He was dead tired. Now he looks rejuvenated. I think he beats Terrence. I have him in fourth right now. Channel removed because of glutes. No, because of the video. Yeah, if I put a video up, I would risk a huge copyright strike, and they probably wouldn't even hesitate to delete my channel. The Olympia just isn't too kind when it comes to those things. For whatever reason, all I'm trying to do is, like, you know, be entertaining, spread bodybuilding, but they really don't like you using copyrighted material. Because I'm watching the live stream right now. I can easily just screen record, but you can't do it. I think, let's see here. Please tell me we're not still doing routines in men's physique. We are. Jesus Christ. Why the hell is there 46 competitors? You're placing 16 of them, right? Ridiculous. Okay, still got routines going on. I imagine we got to be very close to the comparison rounds, though. This is ridiculous. You guys didn't tell me my music wasn't playing. My most basic 80s synthwave. It's unfortunate, but hey, that's coming back after 5 years. I think he was just a little too hyped up, to be honest. I mean, he was going to have trouble standing next to these bigger, more developed guys with the 2017 physique, but with this physique, it's impossible. He will not place top 5. Probably not top 6. Probably not top 8. Maybe top 10 if the judges feel nice. So yeah, there. I'm covering your men's physique. That's what everyone came to see. I mean, and they're still in routines. So that's going to do it for me in this stream. I will be back tonight. I will cover finals for every division. I didn't cover men's physique prejudging. I'm not going to this morning just because it took way too fucking long, but they'll narrow it down at finals. So I will be covering tonight classic physique finals, men's open finals, men's physique finals. And that will probably be around 7. It's when it starts. I believe 7 or 7:30. I'll probably make the stream for 7:30 anyway, just because usually, you know, they always run behind. That's how it works with these things. That they're always a little bit behind, but that's okay. So yeah, Saturday night final starts at 7, and we only have Mr. Olympia, the Open, Men's Physique, Bikini, and Classic. So it's going to be a pretty tight lineup today. Tonight, it's probably going to run pretty smoothly. It's not like last time where we had so many divisions. So I'll be back around 7:30 tonight. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so that way you don't miss when I'm going live. It just gets a little earlier, a little later, whatever you do. Subscribe, turn on notifications. It'll tell you when I'm going live. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you guys haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. I've said that 3 times now. Who's in the first call-out men's physique? They're not even in the call-outs yet. That's why I'm ending the stream. Because they have 46 competitors. And they're just now lining them up. Yeah, that's follow me on Instagram. It's Project Bodybuilding 1. For any like quick snapshots you guys want, I do all kinds of coverage on there. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the stream. Make sure you set aside everything for the next one. I'll see you guys then.